Welcome to This Explainer. Did you know India is actually the world's largest milk producer? Well, today, we're diving straight into the exact career roadmap for the people who make that happen, dairy technologists. We're going to look at how these specialized professionals turn massive logistical challenges into real-world, localized impact, literally feeding nations in the process. Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the dairy tech role itself, the educational pathway to get there, how to fund your studies, your future work environment and salary, the career growth path, and finally, a real-world case study on the AML cooperative.
All right, let's kick things off with part 1, the dairy tech role.
When you hear the word dairy, your mind might immediately jump straight to traditional farming, right? But a dairy technologist isn't just a farmer. These are highly skilled scientists and engineers. They're essentially responsible for managing milk from the very second it's produced all the way to consumption. We're talking about designing new, vastly improved methods to process, store, and package products using advanced principles of bacteriology, chemistry, physics, engineering, and even economics. Basically, their main job is to ensure it gets from the farm directly to your fridge, safely and efficiently.
As you can see, this role really acts as a bridge. Notice how it seamlessly connects the pure agricultural roots of milk production with hardcore, high-tech laboratory science. It perfectly captures how this career merges a deep, natural interest in plants and animals with rigorous engineering and scientific analysis. It's a pretty unique blend.
So, who actually thrives in a job like this? Well, ask yourself a few things. Do you naturally like analyzing complex problems? Do you pay incredibly close attention to small details? And do you genuinely enjoy working in a collaborative team setting? Because if so, you already have the foundational traits for this career. You really need that vital scientific curiosity coupled with a practical, real-world mindset. Moving right along to part 2, the educational pathway. Okay, so how do you actually get there? The steps are pretty clear-cut. Your journey officially kicks off in the 10+2 science stream where you absolutely need a solid foundation in physics, chemistry, and mathematics. From there, your next step is qualifying through competitive entrance exams. Think your JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, or state-specific exams like WBJEE or APEMCET. Successfully navigating those paves the way for Step 3, which is entering a specialized bachelor's degree, like a BTech or BSc, or pursuing a dedicated diploma in dairy technology. Now, when it's time to pick a college, you have a wealth of fantastic options all across India. You can aim for top-tier government institutes like NDRI in Karnal or Anand Agricultural University. If that's not the right fit for you, there are extensive private institute options out there too. You even have highly respected distance learning paths through institutions like IGNOU. The educational infrastructure for this specific field is just incredibly robust. Oh, and just a quick pro tip before you start firing off those applications, always verify an institute's credentials. Make sure they're accredited with national bodies like the UGC and AICTE, which basically guarantee the quality of your education. And don't forget to consult the NIRF rankings online. You just want to ensure all your hard work results in a widely recognized and respected qualification.
Next up, part 3, funding your studies. Let's talk numbers, because education is an investment. You're looking at approximate course fees ranging anywhere from 20,000 to 2.5 lakh rupees. Now, I know that's a pretty wide range, but it really just depends heavily on whether you choose a government or private institute, and of course, the specific duration of the program you pick. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. There is a massive variety of highly targeted scholarships available to help you out. You have merit-based options like the Kishore Vaigyanik Protsahan Yojana, but also some very specific initiatives. For instance, the Indian Oil Scholarship offers 300 dedicated slots aimed explicitly at empowering women, differently abled students, and those from the Northeast and J&K. So there is significant financial support out there if you just know where to look.
And hey, if scholarships don't cover the whole shebang, you aren't out of options. You can easily apply for and track educational loans through the government's centralized Vidya Lakshmi portal, which totally streamlines the whole process for you. Or you could utilize low-interest student credit cards offered by specific states like West Bengal, Odisha, and Bihar. These options can make the financial burden so much more manageable.
All right, let's jump into part 4, work environment and salary.
So once you graduate, don't expect to just sit in a standard cubicle all day. You might actually be actively managing inventory and quality in a massive commercial dairy refrigeration unit. You can expect to work a minimum of 8 hours a day, and you'll likely be shifting between an office setting and active, hands-on environments like modern laboratories or advanced processing plants. The real beauty of this degree is the incredible variety. You're definitely not boxed into one type of job or one strict environment. You could literally be on the ground at a dairy farm. You could be managing quality control in a huge manufacturing plant, consulting on agricultural loans at a rural bank, or even shaping the next generation by teaching at a university. Also, it's worth noting that this is a wonderfully inclusive field where opportunities for differently abled individuals absolutely exist and are highly encouraged.
Now for the part you're probably wondering about, the paycheck. Looking at the expected income, there's a really clear upward trajectory. As a fresher, you'll usually start out earning between 15 and 25,000 rupees a month as you learn the ropes. But as you gain expertise and operational knowledge, experienced professionals see that jump significantly to between 40 and 60,000 rupees a month.
Let's zoom out a bit for part 5, the career growth path.
Here's what your climb up the ladder actually looks like over time. You'll generally start on the ground floor as a dairy technologist, getting hands-on with the science and logistics. From there, you rise to manage teams and specific operations as a shift officer. Once you've proven your leadership skills, you move into a general manager role. And eventually, you'll have the massive opportunity to oversee and lead entire large-scale operations as the head of a dairy unit. The ladder here is exceptionally clear and incredibly rewarding.
Finally, let's look at Part 6, a case study on the Amol Cooperative.
To really grasp the massive real-world impact of this field, we have to talk about one of India's most legendary success stories. Founded back in 1946, Amol didn't just sell milk, they completely revolutionized an entire industry. And they did it by putting the power right back into the hands of rural farmers, creating a cooperative model that relied heavily on the exact scientific expertise we've been discussing today.
The impact they've had is just staggering. In the AMO model, farmers aren't just faceless suppliers. They're active, direct members. They partner directly with dairy technologists who bring in critical expertise, ongoing technical training, and modern milk systems. By directly applying laboratory science to rural farming, they've dramatically increased both milk quality and production volumes, turning a cooperative into a multi-billion-dollar success story. It absolutely proves that technical expertise directly drives massive rural prosperity. So, we've covered the educational path, the financials, and the incredible real-world potential of this career. Knowing that your daily work in chemistry, logistics, and engineering can quite literally feed a nation while empowering rural communities, the only question left for you is, are you ready to use science to innovate the future of the dairy industry? Keep exploring, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next explainer.